Hey guys, it's Jordan here, and as promised, I'm going to be putting up some more lessons, so I figured I'd do one on a song I just covered, Chicken Fried by the Zac Brown Band, and it's a pretty easy song. The only things to note, it's in E-flat tuning, not standard tuning, so everything's down half a step, which sounds like this. So as you can hear, all the notes are the same relative to one another, but everything is moved down half a step. So if you want to, you're more than welcome to go ahead and get your guitar tuned up in E-flat tuning. Otherwise, go ahead, play it in standard tuning. It's just going to be everything's a half step higher, so it's not going to sound exactly the same if you're trying to play along with me. So it's a pretty easy song in terms of the chords you need to know. We've got a G, a C add ninth, and a D. You can also play a regular C if you want to. We'll go over those chords in more detail, but those make up the verse and the chorus, and very easy. The patterns change only slightly, and the strumming is a little different depending on how you want to play it. The intro is the hardest part, and it's going to sound something like this. You get the idea. Excuse me. So I just learned that a couple of days ago and still perfecting it, but I can at least share with you what the notes are. So again, it's E-flat tuning. If it doesn't sound the same on your guitar, you're probably just not in tune with me, but let's go ahead and get right into it. So we start at the first fret of the B string and the second fret of the G string. I'm just going to refer to them as their normal names, or string 2 and 3 in this case, counting up from the bottom. And we are going to pick both of those strings at the same time, and we're not going to stay here long. We're going to slide up 2 frets for each note, and it's going to be like that. And then we pluck it again once we get up there. And then we go back to our original position after that. So it's... And here, we're going to take our middle finger, which is holding down the second fret of the G string, or the third string, and we're going to pull off. Like that. So we have... And then the next thing, our middle finger is going to come up to the D string, or the fourth string on the second fret, and we're going to pluck that one and pull off. So I like to use my index and middle finger on my right hand to pluck the 2 strings. And then when I get here to the D string, I use my thumb. Like that. And then here we play a partial G chord. So we're going to have our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, string 6. And then our ring finger is going to be on the B string 3rd fret, and our pinky on the E string, the high E, 3rd fret as well. These are the 3 notes. And what we're going to do is use our thumb to pluck the bass note, that G over here, or G flat. And then we're going to use these 3 fingers, index, middle, ring, to pluck the bottom 3 strings in order G, B, E. Like that. So all together what we have right now is this. Like that. So the next part is going to get a little difficult because it's a weird shape. Our index finger is going to be over here, hammering onto the G string on the 2nd fret. And then we're going to be doing this, which is a hammer on with the pinky, which is never an easy move to do. So again, we have, and then it's going to be like that. So here, I'm using my index finger to pluck that G string, and I hammer onto the 2nd fret with my index finger on my left hand. And at this point, my pinky's already come up off that E string. And what I'm going to do is pluck the bass string, the E string, the G, and the B with these 3 fingers, my thumb, index, middle. And I'm going to come and hammer on my pinky to the 4th fret of the G string. Like that. So, starting from when we go into that G-shaped chord, it's like that. So all together. And now here, once we're there, we go with our E string in that same shape, with that E string, the G, B, and then back to the G. Like that. And then we go into a partial D over F sharp kind of shape, and it's going to be plucking the E string, the G string, and the B string, and your index finger is going to be over here on the 2nd fret of the E string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So we pluck it, and then lift up that middle finger, and use your index finger to pluck the G string, and hammer your middle finger back onto that 2nd fret G string. And then we're going to pluck the B string, and then back to the G string, and then the D string, like that. So that little part right there is just all together. So that's where we are right now. Next, we're going to go into a C chord. So we've got our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and our index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. Here, we are plucking the A string, and I like to use my middle finger to pluck the B string, and we do that at the same time. And we pull off with that index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. And then my thumb or my index finger, whichever one feels more comfortable to you, I kind of use them both. We're going to play the D string, like that. And then you go and pluck the B string with your finger back on the 1st fret, and pull off again. And then you're going to pluck the G string, like that. So, from the top, like that. That's where we are right now. So now this next part gets a little complicated. The middle finger, you're going to lift up off of that D string, 2nd fret, but we're going to hammer it down as soon as we play this D string. And here, you might want to already have your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string, because that's going to be the next note we play. So it goes like that. And then we go back to the D string with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And then we pluck the B string with our index finger over here on the 1st fret. So, go back to the D string again, and here our index finger we have lifted off, so it's an open B string that we play, and we do a hammer-on pull-off. And then back to the D, and then to the G. So that part all together is. So that one's going to take a little practice to get the rhythm right. I still don't have it perfect, but that's the gist of it. And then this next part, we go to the 3rd fret of the E string, and we pluck the G string. And this one's just going to be alternating between bass and an open G string. So we have here, and then we go to an open A, back to that G string. So we just walk up. 3rd fret of the E, open A, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then open D. And here we're also going to play a D chord. So that part all together sounds like. So from the top, this is what we should have. So that's our intro. And like I said, the verse and the chorus are very easy. So the chorus is the part that starts with, "You know I like my chicken fried." And that one is just going to be a G for 2 measures. So that's middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and we've got our ring finger and pinky on the 3rd fret of the B and E string respectively. And I just do that kind of simple pattern where I'm hitting the bass note, down, up, down, up. And then we go D. And then to the C add 9th I like to use. So that's the D chord is our 2nd fret on the G string and the E string, and the 3rd fret on the B string, playing only the bottom 4 strings. That C add 9th is going to be similar to our G shape, except we're going to move these 2 fingers down from there. And that middle finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the A string, and the index finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, with our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So from the top we have. Here we just go back to the G for 1 measure, and then the D. So that is the chorus. So it just goes on like that. And then when you're in the verse, it's those same chords. The pattern is just instead G, D, C add 9, D. I was raised underneath the shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home, you know. Sweet tea, pecan pie, homemade wine, where the peaches grow. Just like that. And the chorus part is going to sound like, "You know I like my chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio." So that's all there is to it. Just keep working on that intro because that's the toughest part. And the chorus, the verse, that'll all come pretty easy for you. So again, we'll play that intro one more time and then we'll call it a day. You know I like my chicken fried. All right. Well, there you have it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below, or you can write me a message on whatever social media platform you might have me on. And don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to learn. And I'm looking forward to be back here with more lessons. Take it easy.